Hey there, folks. I'm meteorologist Matt Barrington. Of course, we continue to track Marco and Laura here on this Sunday. Let's go ahead and show you what we're looking at as far as alerts are concerned. We do have a tropical storm watch up for both Mobile, Baldwin County, George County, Mississippi as well. There's a tropical storm warning here in the yellow for Biloxi and over towards Jackson County. And then from Bay St. Louis all through southeast Louisiana, we have a hurricane warning for folks over that way. We've also had a change here. We had a coastal a storm surge watch up earlier. They've dropped that and replaced it with a coastal flood advisory, which is good news, which means that we're seeing less of a possible rise, 1 to 3 feet. That will only impact the most vulnerable areas like the very western Dauphin Island, the causeway leading to Dauphin Island, the causeway across the bay there. Those are the most vulnerable areas. Those would be areas that would be impacted by that kind of a rise in the waters. Here from Marco. Marco, winds of 70 miles per hour for the moment. And the recon flights, the hurricane hunters were just out in here. They found surface level winds of 75 to 80 mile per hour winds. Next time we see an update from the Hurricane Center, this almost certainly will be Hurricane Marco. Just something to be aware of. It has been developing here this morning. It has gotten itself better organized. We can see that on the satellite imagery. It's really wrapped around itself, looking very healthy this morning. It's found a brief window to develop. That window is closing, though, very quickly. There is very strong wind shear, so as it approaches the Gulf Coast, it's going to run into that wind shear, and that will hamper any further development beyond what it gets here later this morning. So that's why the Hurricane Center has it marked as a Category 1 storm there just before landfall, and possibly even weakening a bit right before landfall into a high-end tropical storm. So that's the forecast path. It hasn't changed a whole lot from yesterday afternoon. Things have stayed about the same. We're going to be on the east side of this, and since it'll be kind of a lopsided system, we'll get plenty of rain off of this, squally conditions, the possibility of isolated tornadoes, all that with Marco. We just won't be getting a direct impact. Laura, winds of 50 miles per hour, a very broad system. This one's much larger than Marco. It's going to work its way across Cuba by Monday night, come off of Cuba, and then follow a similar path to Marco. But the difference here with this storm is that once it gets into the Gulf, it will find absolutely perfect conditions for development. So it starts off as a weak tropical storm, and it's going to grow swiftly, possibly into a Category 2 hurricane before landfall with winds of around 100 miles per hour. Thankfully, this system is moving fast. If it wasn't, it would get even stronger with the conditions out there. But that's what we're looking at with Laura. The forecast path has been moved farther to the west from the Hurricane Center. Now the center part is over around Lake Charles, Louisiana. But keep in mind, this is a lot of uncertainty here still. And if it ends up on the east side of this path, we will still get some significant impacts here, especially in our coastal areas from Laura on Wednesday. So Marco Monday. Wednesday will be Laura here for dealing with this. We've already had a number of showers around the first outer bands that made their way through today, this morning. Those have kind of fallen apart a little bit. There's some more offshore, so we'll see off and on rain here throughout the day. That rain will pick up later in the day and on into the evening hours as Marco gets closer. Meteorologist Matt Barrington, of course, will continue to have updates here throughout the day, top and bottom of each hour.